Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In my last video, I talked about the Kindle Voyage and why it is probably still the best 6-inch Kindle that you can buy up to today. And so since then, what happened is I saw on Black Friday there was a sale going on Amazon, and that the newest Kindle, the Paperwhite Signature Edition, was $50 off. Plus, you get the 3 months unlimited for Kindle Unlimited. I thought to myself, at the end of the day, if I do enough reading, I should be able to get maybe 10 or so books from the unlimited list read in 3 months. And with that in mind, at the end of the day, I'm probably spending, if you count the cost of the books, I mean, you don't own them either way, but you own them a little bit more when you're not using them through Kindle Unlimited. But if I don't plan on rereading them, or if I do plan on rereading them and I plan on purchasing them physically, at least I can just read them on the Kindle and just not have to pay for that. So I thought to myself, okay, it'll probably end up being like $60 at the end when you count how much I saved with the books. In fact, I just finished reading The Hobbit today, and that was on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to go through that series, and I'm not going to have to pay for it. So that'll help pay me back with the Kindle. So I purchased a clear case, but the case I purchased is tinted, which I don't see most people with tinted case online, but I wanted one that was tinted. So I purchased it, even though it was a little bit more money. And I did put a sticker on the back. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the sticker on there because I mean, I don't know how to feel about this sticker. I don't know if it looks like a man's Kindle or a woman's Kindle, to be honest, if you look at it. Right there, I just thought it was a nice looking anime girl, so I put it in the back. It was a sticker that I think you can put in a car or whatever. And I just decided, hey, this would be the right size for the Kindle, just one sticker. I put it in the back, and to me, I think it looks good, but I might change my mind on that. And so in today's video, I just wanted to compare the Voyage with the Paperwhite, see what the difference is. One of the differences is the screen is obviously bigger. And for me, that would help with the comprehension of what I'm reading and even the retention of what I'm reading. And to me, that was something I wanted. And so I was looking at the Kindle Paperwhite just for the bigger screen. But on top of that, there's also the negative display. And I think that was something also that was in the deciding factor for me, because if I'm reading at night, you don't want a bright light in your face. If you're reading next to someone, you don't want the light in their face either. So that was something that made me decide go ahead and buy it. And then other than that, this is ad free. I don't have to pay for it not to have ads. Whereas the Voyage that I purchased, at least, is the one with the ads. And I didn't want to spend the extra $20 to remove the ads because at the end of the day, I don't know how long this is going to continue to last for me. I mean, this is old, and if you look at the case today, as I was taking it out of the case, the magnetic original origami case, right there, it started to come apart at the edge of the case, just gently taking it out. So the plastic is getting older. The power button in the back doesn't work as well as it used to. Sometimes I have to click it 2 or 3 times just to get the screen to start. So that was something in the back of my mind as well. Another thing is this is USB-C, so I can charge it the same way I charge anything else. I can charge it the same way I charge my computer, my tablets, and I don't have to have the extra cable laying around just for the micro USB for the Voyage. So that's another reason why I considered it. But now, since I have both of these on hand, I thought I'd compare them for you guys so we can see if the newest, most expensive black and white Kindle, at least as far as, I mean, the 7-inch goes, so something that's like you can hold in your hand, if this is really better than the Kindle Voyage minus the size. As far as the screen goes, has Amazon finally been able to make a screen as good as the Voyage or better? And honestly, I'll give you the answer right now. No, the screen is bigger, but the contrast and the sharpness is still noticeably better on the Voyage. But at the end of the day, it's still good enough. It's not that big of a difference. I can still live with the Paperwhite. I'm still going to probably use the Paperwhite now as my new main e-reader. Other than that, the next thing you notice is the speed. This new Kindle is a lot faster than the old Kindle when it comes to turning screens and going through the menu. In fact, I can live with the Voyage as far as the speed goes. It's not going to make a difference if you're reading a book or you're navigating, because how often are you going to be navigating back and forth, and how fast are you going to be turning pages most of the time? Not that fast. So, but you do notice it when you're comparing the two, and it is a big difference. I do have to admit it. As far as the screen brightness goes, this might come as a shock, but the Voyage actually has the brighter screen. When you turn on max brightness, the Voyage screen is much brighter than the Paperwhite, but the light is much harsher as well. Even when you turn the color temperature all the way down and you have a cool color temperature on the Paperwhite, at the end of the day, the Paperwhite still is easier on the eyes for me. And so that's a big deciding factor as well, because I can't really use that night light. Even at night on the lowest setting is just, it's still pretty harsh. During the day it's fine, but at night it's still pretty harsh. And then other than that, the extras, one of the things I noticed, well, actually this is not something I noticed, this is a feature obviously. The Paperwhite has, forget what you read online, I don't care if it says that it has 32 gigabytes. What's actually usable is 25 gigabytes. You have 25 gigabytes of space on the Paperwhite, and if you read manga, that will make a big difference. The Voyage only has 3 gigabytes of available space, so that will be much harder to put a few manga on there. But on the Paperwhite, the bigger screen with the larger space, if you're reading manga, it's going to make a big difference. I do read manga, but I use actually my Super Note instead for that. But that's something to consider as well. I might put manga on there in the future. And now the negative display. That feature surprised me because even when you turn down the brightness, when you're indoors in low light settings, I have experienced it for myself where the negative display actually has more contrast than the white and black screen does. And it's just much more legible. It's easier on the eyes. And at night, obviously, it makes a big difference because you don't have a bright light in your face. So it works better indoors with the negative display, and it works better at night with the negative display. If you're going to go outdoors, at that point, I would turn it off. Another thing I noticed is that there's a feature on the Paperwhite, or at least the signature edition. I don't know if it's also available on the Paperwhite as well, but I've not seen anyone talk about this online. And that feature is called double tap, where basically you can tap the back of the screen, or at least the back of the Kindle, and it will turn the page on the screen. I would say do not turn that on, because I don't know if I turned it on by accident or if it was automatically on. But what happened is, as I was shuffling the Kindle on the table, as I was turning it on, as I was grabbing it, putting it in my hands, I would notice pages were turning on their own. I thought maybe there was a glitch with the Kindle. I thought maybe there was some type of static coming from the case and that it was building up static and pushing page turn. And I even came close to returning the Kindle because I thought mine was defective, until I finally found a feature and turned it off. But I don't think it's a feature worth using. I don't think it's refined at all. And I haven't heard anyone talk about it, which I don't know why. I mean, you hear all these reviews about these products, no one talks about this feature. But at the end of the day, you don't need to talk about it because I think it's worthless, in my opinion. But that's pretty much about it. If you want the Paperwhite, if you're interested in the case I have or even the sticker, post all of the links in the description, and that'll be it for today.